Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Madam Nadia. Okay, for today, this is our introduction to Animate, the first tutorial. So, I will teach you on how to create a new file, learn the basic tools in Animate, and also we will understand about the workspace of Animate. Alright, and last is to save your file. Okay. Alright, first, to create a new file, we have two options. Either you can use from this area, okay, you can set or choose the files from this area, okay, or you also can click this button to create a new file. Okay, in my class, I will ask students to use full HD file. Okay, because full HD file, the size is quite big. Okay, and it is appropriate for you if you import to Adobe Premiere. Alright, in post-production process. Okay, the file is not desktop. Alright. So that's why I ask students to use full HD file. Okay. The second option is to create new button. Alright. So we click this button. Okay. And you can see the pop-up here. Okay. We can choose either of these types of document or files. Okay. Either you want to use socials or you want to create a game, for example, or you want to do some ads or for educational purpose or for web. Okay, so you can choose whatever types of files that you want. Okay. But for my class, I will ask students to use character animation because we will create a digital or short movie animation. Okay, so you need to choose character animation. Okay, and for our final project, you need to choose HD file. Okay, and the setting for HD file is this one, full HD, 1920 pixels times 1080 pixels. This is the size for full HD. Alright, so students need to choose this file, full HD. Okay, but for this exercise, I just choose the standard one. Okay, because it's quite small. Alright, the units is in pixels. Okay, the unit is in pixels. And for the frame rate, okay, frame rate is the speeds of your animation. Okay, for Animate latest version, they use 30 frame rate per second, FPS. Okay, but in previous version, they use 24 or 25 frame rate per second. So I will let the frame rate to be 30 frame rate per second. Okay, in this exercise. So click create button. Okay, here we go. This is the file. Okay, the document that we have set the size. Okay, but if you want to change the size after that, you can change the size on the properties panel. They have the setting for the document. So if, let's say, you want to increase the size, so you can drag on the right. Okay, or you can also double click and type whatever size that you want. Okay, if I want to change the height also, so I just so this is the setting. Okay, the new setting that I have. change, okay, in the document setting. Alright. Okay, we can also change the color, okay, of our document, or in Animate we identify, or we known as stage, okay. This is the stage or canvas, okay. In Animate we can see that this is the canvas or a stage, okay. So right now I want to change the color of the stage, so I will click on this area and choose whatever color that I want. For example, I choose light gray, so this is the setting. Okay, we can choose whatever color that you want. Right, you can also change the frame rate if you want, okay, but I just let the frame rate as 30 fps only. Alright, this is how you set the document or the stage size and also the color. Okay, so after this I will explain to you each of the elements of or panel that we have in our Animate workspace, right? So as we can see in the left side, this is we call as toolbar. Okay, this is the toolbar, whereby you can see there are many tools that you can explore, okay, and also identify the function, okay. And if you click this button, okay, alright, you can see there are more tools in here. Okay, there are more tools in here. Alright, it seems like in Illustrator, but maybe in Animate it adds on with some advanced tools that don't have in Illustrator. Alright, so in next tutorial I will teach you on how to play with these tools. Alright, okay, we see on the right, okay, this is the properties panel, whereby you can set any settings that that you need, right? For example, if you want to use over tool, okay, so you can change the setting, okay, for the object that you created by using over tools in the properties panel. Okay, for example, I want to change the color, so I need to choose selection tools, click on these shapes or objects and change the color. Alright, so any setting, okay, you can actually change on the properties panel. Okay, alright, so let's see on the bottom of the workspace. Right, this is the timeline. Alright, the timeline whereby you can arrange or import any media, okay, or inserting keyframes, okay, in the timeline. This is the timeline. Okay, you can see they have frames, okay, in the timelines. Okay, there are so many frames in the timelines, and each frames being identified by numbers. Okay, so the first one is frame 1, second frame for the second frame, okay, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. Alright, so each frame has been identified by using numbers. Okay, in the left side we can see this is the layers. Okay, this is the place that you can add your anything objects, okay, in layers. Okay, for example, if you want to create an object like a ball, okay, so you can choose the tools, okay, and you can see there are new keyframes in layer 1. Okay, so the ball is in layer 1. Alright, so concept of using layers in Animate is actually similar to Photoshop. Okay, if you put objects on the first layer, for example, you have 2 layers. If you put object on the first layer, alright, it will be the object on the back. Alright, the layers on top of the first layer will be the object on the front. Alright, for example, if I add a new layer, okay, this is the second layer, this is the first layer. Okay, in the first layer we have this object, okay, the ball, okay, the yellow ball. So we can rename this layer. Okay, for example, I rename the layer as a yellow ball. Okay, and then the second layer is blue. Alright, so we have 2 layers. First layer is yellow ball, the second layer is blue ball. Alright, so actually we don't put any objects in the second layer because it uses the same stage. So you can see that actually we have 2 layers, but objects are placed in the same stage. Okay, first I want to hide, okay, the yellow ball, so we cannot see any objects in the first layer because I have hide, okay, the ball by clicking on this icon. Alright, so in the second layer I will put another object overlapping in the first layer. For example, I change the color. Okay. Alright, so you can see the new keyframes has been appeared in second layer. Alright, this is the new keyframes, whereby we can see that this is the content or object for the second layer. Alright, so I unhidden the first layer, so you can see that the second layer overlapping the first layer. Alright, the concept here that that you need to understand is the first layer is like the background, the second layer or the layer on top of the first layer is the object on top, okay, or front, the front object. Okay, so if I hide the second layer, you can see, okay, there's no appearance on the second layer. Alright, so this is how you understand about the use of layers in the timeline. Okay, let's say you want to lock, okay, the first layer because you don't want any changes happen on the second layer, so you need to click on the icon lock. Alright, for example, I cannot do anything on the objects of the second layer because I have locked the first layer. Okay, sorry, the first layer. Okay, I cannot do any changes on the first layer. But if I move the object on the second layer, I can move the object on the second layer because I don't lock the second layer. Alright, so this is how you understand about the function of each icon. Alright, let's say I don't want to use the first layer permanently. I want to delete the first layer permanently because I think that it is not proper to be in this layer. So I click delete. Alright, so the first layer will be permanently deleted. Okay, alright, so for this icon, it is actually to show only the outline. Alright, it is only for showing or hidden the fields. Okay, so if you click the outlines, okay, so we cannot see the fields of the object. This really helps if you want to create animation frame by frame. Okay, so after we understand about the layers, okay, we can see on top of your timeline, this is actually the timeline toolbar. Okay, right, so in timeline toolbar you can play the animation and also you can rewind the animation. Okay, or you can play multiple frames in one time. Okay, and the last is to save this file. Okay, because we're not setting yet the name of the file, so you need to save the file or change the name by saving the file. The first time we can choose the save as. Alright, for the first time, so save as, rename the file, okay, for example, I put the name of the file, Introduction to Animate Workspace. So I set which location or where I want to save the file. Okay, let's say I want to save on the desktop. Okay, I click on the desktop and make sure that the types of your file is FLA. Okay, .FLA file format. Okay, FLA allows you to re-edit your file if you open again your file in Animate. Okay, if you export to MOV, you cannot change your file anymore. Okay, so that's why you have to save as FLA if you want to re-edit again. Okay, so I save the file. Oh, sorry. Workspace. Alright. So change. Okay. So automatically your file have been changed. Okay. The name of your file has been changed. Alright. So that's all for today. See you again. Bye.